And good morning to everybody. Here I am in Pattaya in Thailand. Just sitting on the balcony, not long pulled myself out of bed. Beautiful, beautiful day today, as you can see outside. It is lovely weather. Sitting in a quite balmy and comfortably 33 degrees, round about that. Anyway, so Pattaya or Thailand in general in the low season, is it worth coming? And well, I'm going to show you around a little bit over the next 12 or 13 hours, and I think I'll let you make up your mind whether you think it would be worth coming out here to Thailand during the low season. So generally the low season, what they call the low season, is the European low season. During the European summer, and things can be pretty quiet. The weather, it's generally when you do get the higher heat, more humidity, and the wet season. So some of those things don't add up to a great time for people. Hot, damp, sweaty, but travelling in the low season obviously has its advantages when it comes to the cost of your holiday, especially in today's climate with constraints around spending money, the cost of living being a little bit higher. We can't always afford to get out and about and get travelling. Sorry for the noise, there's a little bit of construction going on across the road from the hotel. But anyway, we'll have a look around, we'll see what Pattaya is like in the low season, and you can make up your mind whether you think it'd be worth coming. Now I do say, like, first up, price-wise, the hotels are considerably cheaper. Where I'm staying here is around about 80 Australian dollars a night. Normally if I came around the high season I'd be paying closer to $110 a night. So, that's $30. That's what we're talking there, basically 30% off the cost of your hotel, travelling in the low season. And there are cheaper bargains to be had, and there's obviously the more expensive side to be had as well. But I like to go for that mid-range, comfortable rooms, a swimming pool, that sort of thing. So I sort of aim for the mid-range when I'm over here. Anyway, let's get out and about and let's go have a look, and I'll have a little bit of a look around during the daytime and a little bit of a look around during the night time. See you on the streets of Pattaya. Okay, so we're going to start the walk around from here, Adelphi Hotel, where I am staying. This is the Adelphi here at Pattaya, and it's on, I suppose, what you'd nickname the Soi P&P massage, and that's because of the large PP body massage that is across the road from the hotel here. Anyway, this small Soi leads between Soi Bukkao down there and Third Road up there, and as you can see there's a few bars along the strip here. So we'll walk down here, and as you can see, low season, wet season, not so wet at the moment. Actually, we've been here now for 4 days. This is day number 4. And we've had this weather for the whole time we've been here. So it's been pretty hot and pretty sunny. So down these Sois, or down our Soi here, a few little restaurant, laundries, massage, bars, but as you can see, like, it's pretty dead at this time of the day. Pattaya City is just being a city at this time of the day, with people going about doing their own business. Hot, so people tend not to come outside so much unless you're going shopping. But yeah, we'll continue down the Soi here. Oof. Very, very, very warm. When we get down to the bottom of this Soi, we will be at Tree Town on Soi P&P, which is probably the more famous bar strips. There's probably a few places that people tend to congregate, and you know, some popular bar strips. Obviously, you've got Walking Street, you've got Tree Town, you've got LK Metro, along Beach Road, Soi 7 and 8. We'll probably have a quick little look at some of those later on this evening, but I just wanted to sort of like show you how I suppose deserted it is at this time of the day. You will find some people sitting around having themselves a well, what would you call a day beer, and you'll see that as we walk along Soi P&P a little bit, and you see the daytime drinking. Anyway, let's head off down here a little bit further. So across the road behind me you can see Tree Town here on Soi P&P, and yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. It's peak of the day, peak of the heat, and all the bars are starting to sort of open. Some have been open since about 12 o'clock. Other bars have sort of been are just sort of opening up now. Low season, they tend to open up a little bit later, I've found. During high season, most of the bars are sort of opening around about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and you know, yeah, and they get going by then. But these days, I think like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I think it's really sort of like when they start to open in low season. But as you can see, many of the bars are pretty much empty. People are not really out drinking and day drinking that much, probably because they don't have all the Euro tourists that seem to enjoy their day drinking. This is a busy little Soi to walk along. You have to be alert. One thing that Pattaya does tend to lack is footpaths, decent footpaths. You know, we walk up here a little bit and then we're going to cut through the second road. But there's plenty of traffic around and plenty of people around, but as you can see, girls sitting there, 1 or 2 guys in the bars, all very quiet. And up here we have the small market, and that's a small food market up here on Soi P&P, and quite popular, especially with the locals. Food up here is pretty cheap, and yeah, again, not just yet, but probably around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll probably see a lot of the girls, or 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you see a lot of the girls will come up here to eat before starting work. Anyway, we're going to cut through to Second Road. We'll cut through a beer bar called Midnight, beer bar establishment I should say, called Midnight, and we will cut through there. If I can get myself down there without getting killed. Alright, let's go down through Midnight and into Second Road. So as we walk down Soi here towards Midnight, the beer bar complex I was talking about, during the day it does look a lot different than what it will look at night time, and you'll see that when we come out later on tonight. Don't expect to see the bars rocking and rolling being that busy. You'll probably see that a lot of the bars are a little bit sort of deserted at night time, or maybe today is going to prove me wrong, who knows. But like I said, it's the European low season. Most of the tourists that I've come across since I've been here have been Australian, so obviously it's our winter, and people coming up here to escape the cold, especially from the southern parts, and yeah, cheap. Yeah. Much cheaper than high season for sure, 100%. Anyway, we'll cut through midnight. This is the Bar Beer Town, midnight. And again, it will look very different now to how it's going to look at night time. Still get a lot of motorbikes, a lot of traffic coming through here, but tonight this will be blocked. You won't be able to bring motorbikes or anything in here. So yeah, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, normally in high season, most of these bars would be open and there'd be people here day drinking, but low season, not enough people to, you know, I suppose, justify opening early. So a lot of the bars are still shut up and won't open up now till probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the complex here. By about 4 o'clock, most of them should have the blinds up and be ready for business. But yeah, not just yet. Okay, so here we are on Second Road, and as you can see, the traffic is quite steady, but not gridlocked like it can get in the evenings. Even during low season, it can get pretty busy here. We do have a Thai crossing, and at night time I'll show you, they do have these lights on the crossing to get the traffic to stop, or try to attempt to get the traffic to stop. It is Thailand. Lights are not something, traffic lights are not something that the Thais tend to abide by, especially motorbikes. Motorbikes tend to love just going through them anyway, and it's hit and miss when you're crossing the road. So not many crosswalks. A lot of the time you've got to take your chances of crossing the road, but that's half the fun, right? That's half the fun. Anyway, moving on, we're going to head down to walk down Soi 7 and then towards Beach Road. So just a little bit of a walk up Second Road here, and then we'll be head down to Beach Road. You can have a look at Beach Road. So here is Pattaya Central, like about a 5-level shopping centre, right here in the heart of Pattaya. Very popular with locals and tourists for shopping. Air conditioned, prices and average. Contains a lot of brand name stores, right? So it's what you'd expect from any sort of shopping centre where you've got brand name stores. Small market through here, gets quite popular in the evenings. You see selling food, so you have a variety of different foods. You can order foods from here and sit at these tables, have a little bit of a DJ station over there, and beer. And here, not open yet, is the Crocodile Man selling crocodile meat. Anyway, that's a pretty sort of popular spot for people to gather out the front of Central here. Anyway, up to Soi 7. Okay, we are here at the top of Soi 7 on Second Road, and this can go through to Beach Road from here. Soi 7, Soi 8, and a bit further up, quite a bit further up, is Soi 6, which is the real lady strip. I think everyone would have seen YouTube videos on Soi 6 if you've followed anything about the flights, about Pattaya. Anyway, Soi 7 has a few bars down here and some restaurants, been around for a while. I don't know if you guys follow Nick Dean's channel, NDTVI, but he owns 4 or 5 bars along here. You got Hook Up Corner, you have Hedonism, A7 DJ bar. He also has the A7 hotel over there. The man's done quite well for himself in the time he's been here in Pattaya. So here's the bars here, and as you can see, low season, not a lot of people day drinking. I think, like I said, the Europeans, the English are not really here. So that low season is more the Indians and the Chinese tourists and a few of us coming from the great land down under. Anyway, this Soi is a nightmare during the day. Not designed for cars, but they get them down here anyway, dodging food carts and motorcycles and various other vendors on the way down here. Anyway, we'll walk down Soi 7 here a little bit, and we'll fast forward a wee bit down here, down Soi 7, so I'm not taking up too much of your time gibby gabbing. Smile.
Australia!
Yes.
Down, baby!
Of course, mate. Only ones here, aren't we?
Where you from?
Melbourne.
Adelaide.
Oh, okay.
How long you here for?
Only here for another 2 nights, then heading up to Konkan.
Where?
Konkan. So yeah, crazy Aussies everywhere. Oh my, oh my. Always good to have a wee chat. Don't mind having a wee yarn with a local from home. Yeah, got a bit political, that conversation, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Thailand. So welcome to Beach Road, and along here there are a few little bars that are sort of facing the beach. Again, not many people in there day drinking, pretty quiet. This is Beach Road. Beach Road runs in the opposite direction of Second Road, so both Second Road, Beach Road are one-way roads. Soi P&P is a two-way road. So across the road we have the beach, and we'll pop over there and have a quick little look before hopping on a Baht bus heading down to Walking Street, and then we'll come back up probably Soi 13.1 or 13.2 and head back to Soi P&P and back home. All right, let's just go for a wander down here, and you can see like it's pretty quiet still. One of the ways to tell how quiet low season actually is to go past some of the motorcycle rental places, and they don't have a lot of bikes out there to rent. So normally in high season, but now low season, they have bikes everywhere. And yeah, if you go to the rental places now, it's certainly not difficult to get yourself a motorbike. They've usually got plenty of stock. Anyway, we're going to head a bit further. We're going to come up again to Soi 8. Soi 8 has a few bars up there. A lot quieter than Soi 7. Not as many bars, but they have a few bars up there. They do have Rock and Live 3, which is a great live music bar, air conditioned. Beers are usually reasonably priced, around about 90 baht. But yeah, this little bar area here is very popular during the day for day drinking. As you can see, it's a lot more packed than what they have been, you know, on the other sois, and even Soi P&P. The end that I've shown you doesn't have a lot of day drinkers, but if you go to the corner of Soi Honey, you'll find a few bars there where you'll see, as I say, old men waiting to die. But yeah, a few more day drinkers along here, and enjoying the heat, a cold beverage, and the scenery. If you know what I'm talking about, we're not always talking about the ocean. Thailand's famous pedestrian crossings that tend to generally get ignored. This one's not so bad, considering it is right out the front of the police station. Anyway, we'll cross over here and have a look along at the beach here. So, very, very quiet, very quiet. Have all the day bed vendors. So during the day, during the sunshine hours, you'll have people here renting out chairs and an umbrella, and I think generally they go for around about 50 baht in low season, especially. Sometimes in high season, if they get pretty packed, they can go for as much as 100 baht, but it depends on your skills and negotiation. So in recent years, Pattaya Beach has been widened. They've brought in I guess, tons and tons and tons of sand to widen the beach. And the plan behind that is to sort of like give it that, I guess, Florida look, yeah. I don't know what you want to call it, but you know, big, wide expanses of sand. The complaint before was that when the beach was a lot further back and the water came up a lot further and there's a lot less sand, was that the vendors, the bed vendors, they took up 90% of the beach and there was nowhere for people just to come and pop up their own umbrella and, you know, and towels and whatever, and just park and make themselves comfortable. So with the widening of the beach, even though we're not seeing many people out here today, yeah, you quite often during high season you'll see, especially the Europeans, they love it. They'll come out here, they'll sit out in the middle of the beach, they'll have their own towels, might have a little pop-up, you know, shade shelter or something like that. But yeah, low season, no, people aren't here. They're expecting it to rain, but it's not, is it? Really, it's not. So behind me here is Pattaya Police Station, and a very, very popular spot for traffic stops. They will tend to set up traffic stops here, pinging you if you're not wearing a helmet on your motorbike. And also now, the latest thing that they've been doing is they are pinging you if you do not have motorcycle rider in your international license. So beware, beware. Make sure that if you are riding a scooter around Pattaya and you're coming down Beach Road, you have an IDP that reflects that you are allowed to ride a two-wheeled vehicle. Tourist beware. It's not tourist tax, it's the fucking law. Okay, time to get one of the famous Baht buses here in Pattaya. Yeah, sad thing to hear is Thais leaning on the horn these days. Now, I don't know whether that's Thais or whether that's, you know, foreigners or whatever, but it's not something you used to hear, Thais leaning on the horn like that. Bangkok, and especially a lot more of it now, and now Pattaya, like, yeah, same. Starting to hear a lot more of it. Anyway, Baht bus, best way to get around Pattaya if you don't mind walking between sois, to travel up and down the main sois. Main roads, I should say. Up and down Pattaya Klang, up and down Pattaya Thai, up and down Beach Road, second road, Soi P&P. Baht bus is the best way to do it. Hop on, hop off, 10 baht. So about 50 cents Australian. So it's yeah, it's worth doing and an easy way to travel around. Mike Shopping Mall, if you really want to get yourself some bargains there, like you'll quite happily find a few unauthorised merchandise, I suppose you'd want to call it, unauthorised merchandise. Tahitian Queen, probably one of the oldest sort of go-go sort of bars in Pattaya, along here on Beach Road. So we've got a bit further to go and then we'll get off down Walking Street, walk back up to Second Road. Well, actually, we might walk back up to Soi P&P and then we'll catch the Baht bus down Soi P&P, so you can have a look at that. Hops Brewhouse, recommended if you want a good pizza and if you don't mind a good craft beer or 7. So I didn't have any 10 baht coins on me, only 20 baht notes. I gave him a tip. I'll say it back. Worth it. Come down here. Anyway, behind me, over my shoulder there, you can see Walking Street. Now, there's no big sign there. People have seen clips before. They would remember that there's normally a big sign up there advertising Walking Street. It has been torn down and is being replaced by curved LED signs. They're bringing it up to sort of, I don't know, a modern day standard rather than that static walking street sign where the W used to always go out, or another letter would, you know, pop its lolly and wouldn't be working. And now they're going to be putting up a couple of big LED signs that'll be advertising Walking Street, and not only that, we'll be advertising other things that can be done around Pattaya. Anyway, we're not going to go down Walking Street now. It's pretty desolate during the day, so there's really no point to go down Walking Street. So we'll come back here at night time. You can have a look at it at night time. Looks a hell of a lot different. But anyway, as you can see, they are going to be some big-assed curved screens going up there for the entrance to Walking Street, and really sort of changing the dynamic of what it's going to look like. Yeah, there'll be a lot more, I guess, looky tourists, and not as many drinking tourists. Walking Street has got, in my opinion, Walking Street has got quite expensive to drink. You know, some places you're paying upwards of 200 baht for a bottle of beer when you can go down to Soi P&P. Okay, not as flashy, not as many clubs, but you know, you're paying between 70 and 90 baht a beer, and you know, to me that's pretty reasonable for the Thai economy. 200 baht, $10, you know, Australian for a beer. No, don't see the value in it. Yeah, and normally just packed full of tourists, and yeah, not my scene, but we'll have a look later on anyway. One of the other things that's sort of happening now, and they are popping up everywhere, is massage shops. 6 months ago, weed shops that were popping up everywhere, but with the changes in the legislation, I guess we're going to see those slowly shrink down as more enforcement comes along. Not a great deal of enforcement yet, but as that enforcement sort of like steps up, the registration process steps up, we'll see the weed shops diminish. But yeah, definitely a lot of massage shops now popping up all over the place. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, very hard for the girls to make money, I think, but probably the good thing is for the customer. I mean, you can find plenty of massage shops now that are only 200 baht for an oil massage for an hour. And a lot of them won't be offering the special. They'll just be offering, you know, a massage, but you can still find plenty around that will offer those additional relaxation services that you may require, if that is your thing. Anyway, 200 baht for an oil massage, $10 Australian for an hour, more than reasonable. Average price though is about 300. Like most places you go, about 300. Still, that's only $15 for an hour. Plus, if you feel so generous, you can drop a tip. Girls don't get paid about half of that, probably sometimes less. So drop in them a tip, that's the main thing. But yep, the lights have taken off on Second Road, and that is the sort of traffic that we see in the afternoon, and it will continue to build up into the evening as well and get quite congested, even though it is low season. Down over the road there, you'll see all the Baht buses to go to Pattaya Beach. 20 Baht will get you down to Pattaya Beach on a Baht bus. Pretty cheap transport for the distance you need to travel. So now we're going to be walking up Pattaya Thai, or Pattaya South Street. Along here, you quite often, when the Chinese were coming, something else that's happened to Thailand is I think something like 50% drop off in Chinese tourists. But you used to get buses parked across the road there, outside that temple there, and they would all be heading off down to Walking Street on their little Chinese tours. You know, one's there, a little flaggy in the air, and a big horde of Chinese just wandering around there, just you know, looking around, not spending any money in the economy, just looking around. I still haven't understood why they've got such a drive for Chinese tourists. Maybe there are some that drive the economy. There's a few, you know, solo travels, but the bulk of them are all these, you know, package tourists, Chinese companies, Chinese restaurants, Chinese-owned hotels, you know, Chinese-owned bus companies, and all that money goes back to China and doesn't really pump and flow through into the Thai economy, which is not really what you want. Anyway, school's out. Just going to walk through a mass of school children, all knocked off school and heading home. What time is it now? Nearly 4 o'clock. That's roughly what time school gets out here. Pretty similar to Australia. My daughter's school knocks off for about 3:30, so yeah. Anyway, Okay, I'm walking up here, up Pattaya. So one of the things that you will find along Pattaya is quite a large number of gold shops. You can see like there's gold shops everywhere along here, like all selling their gold. Currently we're looking at what, about 51,000 baht per baht. A baht is around about half a troy ounce. But up there you can see the signs everywhere. If you look at those red and yellow signs, they indicate a gold shop. So there's quite a number of gold shops along here. 51,550. They're all roughly within about 50 to 100 baht of each other. Obviously, this, you know, it's based on the gold spot price at the time, right? And you know, we're talking 23 karat gold, so around about 96% pure, and that's Thai gold is that level of purity. So, yeah, I like my Thai gold, and you know, I bought a bit of it in the past and made probably a decent profit on it as well over the years, especially in the last 2 years with the gold prices completely out of control. But anyway, they seem to have stabilised, and so the prices have stabilised a little bit here in Pattaya as well. Anyway, squeezy through. We're going to make our way up to Soi P&P, and we'll get a Baht bus up along Soi P&P back to my Soi and back to my hotel, where I can get myself a cold refreshment, if you know what I mean. End of Soi P&P, and this is where the markets are. So down the Pattaya Thai end of Soi P&P is when the markets are. In here on my left hand side we have a plethora of nail shops and eyebrow and eyelash shops, and it's also in the back here, it's quite a large second-hand market. You'll find a lot of second-hand clothes back here. This is where my girlfriend likes to come and purchase second-hand clothes. She gets some absolute bargains there. You know, whole outfit for 150 baht. What's that? $7.50 Australian. And over on this side, that's the other side of the Soi P&P markets, and that's pretty much where all the new stuff is over there. Anyway, we'll wait for a Baht bus that's got a seat, because I feel like sitting down, and we will head up Soi P&P. So when you jump a Baht bus down the at the beginning of the run, I guess you would say it is here at the tail end of Soi P&P, you have to tend to wait a little bit. The driver will wait till he gets a few passengers on board, tending to wait till it sort of like fills up if he can before he goes anywhere, which is, you know, understandable. You're only asking 10 baht per person, hop on, hop off, so you really want to leave here with a pretty full bus. You don't really want to be leaving with, you know, like 2 people on board if you can avoid it. Sometimes it happens if there's a lot of the buses around. Others will just like drive past and park somewhere and just wait as well. So yeah, it's a little bit of a lottery as to when you actually get moving. Okay, then we're underway along Soi P&P, and a little bit of a windy bit here at the end. You'll see there's a few bars and stuff as we come up along here. Hotels, cheap hotels, and we'll stop again for some people to get on. So, you know, they'll pick up some drop-offs along the way, and yeah. So yeah, I think these are great. I like the idea of the Baht bus, and you know, I hope that Pattaya never loses them, because it's just a great way to get from A to B. And there's a new rum runner. It's a new go-go bar that's opened up down here that I wanted to sort of like go and check out, and I haven't had a chance yet. Anyway, as you can see, we're heading up Soi P&P. You got restaurants, you got massage shops, everything I guess that you would expect from Pattaya. there is the whistle, which means that someone wants to get off. So that is the whistle for the stop. Whistle stop? It's a bit of a train terminology, isn't it? But anyway, we'll go with whistle stop. String of massage joints along here. Red, hot and blue. Go-go bar that's been around for quite some time. And coming up on the other side of the road, if we can we probably won't be able to get a look at it. I'm sitting on the wrong side. Is the Pattaya Hotel. Sorry, Pattaya Hospital. This is the Thank Bar. And like you can see, like there's not many people day drinking. There are girls sitting out the front, enjoying themselves, relaxing, not having to work too hard. You know, the big sports lounge there, Dynamite. Playgirls. And there's a few go-go's down that Soi there. Takes you down around the back of the avenue. Not sure what it's called, but someone will probably know. Posted in below. And we'll continue on here up the Soi until we'll come a bit further up here. We are here on the corner of one of those, what's this Soi? Soi Diana. You go down there, there's a good bar down there called Heartbeat Bar. Have a pretty decent live band down there. So worth checking out if you're in Pattaya, if you like a bit of live music. There's another bar on the other side down one of the Sois called the Triangle Bar, which is also pretty good. Though it's a bit enclosed now, they enclosed it all. Makes it a bit hot and sweaty. But still, the band there rocks pretty hard. We're going to have here Sugar, and we are on the corner of LK Metro. So LK Metro is a very popular go-go strip again. A lot of go-go bars down there. There's also a pretty good reggae bar down there, Trenchtown. They've got two, one in LK Metro and one up here on Soi Buakhao. Been to the Soi Buakhao one, haven't been to the LK Metro one, so I can't comment on how good that is. But anyway, we are coming up again very shortly to Tree Town. And here we get here, and here we are. Tree Town is like a U shape. There's two entrances. This is the first entrance here. That heads down, and at night you'll see when we come back and do the nighttime part 2 tour of low season in Pattaya, you'll see what it looks like at night. But anyway, this is back to pretty much where we started, and time for me to get off. The original beer hub. There's another one on Beach Road, but they do a pretty good promotion here. 59 baht for a draft tiger, all day, every day, all night, every night. Anyway, I hope you sort of got an idea of what daytime Pattaya is like in the low season. We said not a lot of day drinking going on, predominantly because we don't get the drinking culture tourists here at this time of the year. Indians, Chinese, that sort of thing. Arabs, they're not drinking culture, so they don't tend to, they don't tend to frequent the bars, especially not during the daytime. More into their shopping. Aussies, you'll find the Aussies in the bar. You'll find a few Euros here, even in the low season. Expats, a lot of expats sitting around the bars, having a couple of quiet beers, and probably most of the day drinking dudes that you'll see are expats, not more so than tourists. But anyway, yeah, that is daytime at Pattaya, just around. There's a lot more to see, trust me. You've got water parks, you've got zoos, you've got museums, you've got Ripley's Believe It or Not, you've got these other theme park things all over the place. And this is the sort of area that seems to people are interested in. So that's why it's like stuck to the main touristy sort of bar strip areas. That's what people seem to want to see. Not so much interested in some of the other things, but they'll be covered in future videos as I do a little bit more traveling around. Anyway, time to go and get a cold beer and head home. A note at point, you cannot buy a beer in a 7-Eleven between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, but you can buy a beer in any of the bars and at the mom and pop shops. So poor old 7-Elevens get punished. I don't understand why the law seems to just stick on the 7-Elevens when everybody else is selling booze in that time period. Anyway, that's the law, that's how it is. Bad luck. So in Australia, of course, everybody has their local, and when I'm in Pattaya, I also have my local, and we're going to stop in there and have a cold beer. And it's called So Good Bar and Restaurant, and that's where we're going to go in and have an ice cold drink. Okay, so this is where we'll finish it here in So Good Bar. Have myself a refreshment. As they say, the brown water is the safest water in Thailand. You can enjoy a good brown water, won't kill you. Or 7 or 12, but when you're 33 degrees and with the humidity feels like 40, there's nothing better than a cold beer to finish off the day. So anyway, we will see you in part 2 when we wander around the same circuit, but when the sun is down and the lights are on. And let's see, what is the impact of low season here in Pattaya at night when all the bars are open? Cheers. See you in part 2.